it can become a habit to see the loving side of things. And I think that this loving side of things, to see that, changes the way that our mind chemistry works. For example, one day my teacher came to me and he said to me, "Oh, you must eat chicken differently where you come from." And I said to him, I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "You must eat chicken with the feathers and the bones and the blood and everything, do you?" And I said, no, of course not. Of course not. I eat only the meat part of it, right? I don't eat the bones. And the feathers, of course, are gone. "Oh, we were just wondering," he said, "me and my brothers. Because of how you swallow emotional events whole, we thought that you must eat chicken whole as well, the bird with its feathers and blood and guts and all that." And I could tell there was a lesson going on here. So I said, what are you talking about?" And he said, "It is wise to choose only what is edible from your plate." Consumption, wise consumption. But consumption of the mind is exactly the same, right? He says, no matter what the circumstance that is set before you, take a look and see what is beautiful, what is joyful, what are you at peace with already with what is happening here, and stand in that spot of peacefulness that already exists, that of the joyfulness that already exists in this relationship, and see the rest of the things that you do not agree with, that are not joyful and peaceful to you, as something that's part of their journey yet to be experienced, or part of our journey yet to be experienced. And we are not comfortable only because we do not have enough information and experience. And one day we will be comfortable even with this. That is the case of emotional digestion, right? Of taking in from all experiences all the things that are powerfully upbuilding, and letting the rest go as something that will be solved with time and understanding. Right? Free from feeling that something needed to be changed. The voice of change is the power behind most teachings, right? Most teachings are about changing something that's not required or not wanted, that needs to be pushed away. And again, my teacher came to me one day and he said, I think we were talking about teachers, and I said, which teachers would you listen to? And my teacher said, I would listen to all of them. I said, oh, that's good, I guess. And I said, well, then how do you know who to follow? And he says, oh, I would follow none of them. He says, if I see an idea that fits with my understanding, and that I can see that moves me forward, I will take this idea home with me. I will test it out for myself. I will see the results, and then I will adopt it if it seems to be something beneficial, and continue to test it. And in this way, I will always be self-taught, and I will move at my speed, in my way, and in my time, using all teachers to move me this way, but none to lead me astray. So really, I mean, this is wise, right? To listen to all teachers. But he also said that most teachers would be teachers of discontentment. He says, listen to their teachings. They are so discontent with the teachings that came before them that they have created new teachings which have straightened everything out. But we cannot listen to the old teachings now. And those who are listening to the old teachings, they are incorrect and must be pushed aside as someone who does not understand. You see, it is the teaching of discontentment. To be content with one way and to be discontent with others, And and this is the continuation of all the things that have harmed us and all the things that have brought discomfort to us in the past, right? So then the teacher said to me, he says, but listen, deep within you, you will hear these teachers of discontentment. They talk all the time. You will also see a teacher of contentment. Sit down with this one and listen to what he has to say. So I did. I meditated and I meditated. And then after about a week, I came back and I said, you know something? I've listened for this teacher of contentment and I can't hear anything, right? So I said, I have not learned anything. And my teacher started to laugh and he said, oh, I have forgotten to tell you something. He says, this one is so content. He has nothing to say. Sit down to with the one in meditation who has nothing to say, who is completely at peace with everything that is happening at the moment, and is completely joyful with everything that is happening at the moment, and ask him how he can be this way when all you do is squeal in pain. So I did. I began to not sit with the parts of my consciousness that continued to talk about the things that were right and the things that were wrong, these teachers of discontentment. For none of them were content, and that is how they spoke, as if they were uncomfortable with the way the world presented itself. And I began to sit with the one who was comfortable and who was silent, not because he was forced into silence, but because he was so content he had nothing to say. And one day I asked myself, this original self, how can you sit this way when I am sitting in so much discomfort each day? And I did hear something deep within myself. And he said, I am able to sit here because the present is not something that simply fell into place by accident. Today is the natural extension of all the things that happened yesterday and the day before and the day before. So today is simply kind of the edge of an iceberg, most of it under the water, but very powerful and immovable, right? Today cannot be moved because it is the natural extension of yesterday. For that reason, we must move at its pace and move in its way and move in its time. And I said, but there are unhealthy things happening today. Yes, there is both health and unhealth in the present moment. Some are so unhealthy they are unwilling to listen to a single thing. These are the ones who are being self-taught by their actions, and we help them by allowing them to move in their own way and at their own speed and in their own time, knowing that anything that we did now would not cause them to listen, but would slow them down. So we are helping them by allowing them to move freely in our midst. We do not join them, for we have understood that we live in a world of cause and effect, and that we are not living in a world of complete freedom, but we are only free to do the things that bring positive results. For if we bring negative results, those things will wipe us away. So within this world of cause and effect, there are those who are unable to listen because they will not do so yet, and those we will allow to pass by us easily. Those who are willing to listen, we will speak to calmly and teach them what we have come to understand, allowing them to understand at their own pace as well, for we have taught no one anything, but simply show them so that they can be self-taught in their own way and in their own time. For this reason we sit here calmly, knowing that we are doing the exact right thing at the right time.